Hey guys, how is it all going? So, as always, thank you so much for joining me for what is The Last of Us Season 1, Episode 6. And with all the other reviews, guys, exactly the same with this one. There will be spoilers. So, if you don't want to know, get out of here. If you don't care, I'm glad you're staying. So, as with the rest of this, as with every episode of this season, this was another masterpiece of an episode. This show is flawless. It really is flawless, and I've always said with every episode, I think this is my favorite episode. I think this is my favorite episode. I think this is my favorite episode. I am going to say this, episode 6 is not my favorite episode, but it is a damn good episode, and it has some of my favourite moments in this episode in the season so far. So, I will say this. Pedro Pascal has been fantastic so far as Joel in this series. But he really shines in this episode. He has a couple of moments in here where, man, he got me choking up. And I'm beginning to feel like it's quite easy to make me cry because I think I've cried in every single episode of this show so far, and it happened again during one of Joel's monologues, and Pedro Pascal nails it. But before I get to that, we'll start off the episode. So, after the offence of what happened to Henry and Sam at the end of episode 5, which still is traumatic to me, like, we skip 3 months. And Joel and Ellie find a settlement where Tommy is, where his brother is. And it's nice seeing that scene where Tommy and Joel just hug each other and meet up. And you can just see the relief on Joel's face that his brother is alive. And the settlement where they are in that small little town is basically taken straight from The Last of Us Part 2. And it looks absolutely fantastic. There must have been a lot of money on the part of the budget spent on that alone, because it looks great. And also we find in this episode Joel is trying to get Tommy to finish the mission, and this is where I think Pedro Pascal was fantastic in this episode, because the performance he delivers when he's explaining to Tommy it would be better if you take her, not me. It's so powerful and it's so raw, and it broke my heart. And what I like with the character of Joel, what the difference I think from the game to the show is they're really showing Joel to be more vulnerable. He is vulnerable in the game, but you don't really see it as much as what you are on the show right now. And I think it's great what we're seeing in the show. I mean, Joel is not perfect. No one is perfect in this world. He has done stuff that he's ashamed of. He's done stuff to survive. We all would. We all would not be perfect in this world. We would do anything to stay alive. And you see the real vulnerable side of Joel. And also to the point you start to see where he is really caring for Ellie, because he does not want to lose Ellie. He does not want to be the person that messes this all up, that gets Ellie killed. And he generally thinks she will be better going off with Tommy. And obviously, Ellie overhears this. And also Bella Ramsey shines in this episode as well. And then we get to the point where, in the game, it's done slightly different. She runs off. And then Joel and Tommy go to find Ellie, and then that's when they have that confrontation in the bedroom in that house. It's done a little bit differently in the show. She doesn't run off or anything. She's just at a house in the settlement where they are, and then Joel goes to see her, and they have the same basic kind of conversation that they had in the game. And it's a very important part of the game as well. It's a heartbreaking scene. It really is. Like, it tugged on my heartstrings in the game, and it did the same in the show. Like I say, I'm very easy to cry. But it was done so well. It was so well acted. It was brilliant. And I know there's still criticisms of Bella Ramsey as Ellie. I don't get it. I don't see it. I think she is doing a tremendous job. I really am. I think she's amazing. And by looking at the next episode, episode 7, it looks like it is going to be the DLC. It's going to be the Left Behind episode, which I am really, really looking forward to. And no doubt I will cry again because it's fucking heartbreaking. It really is. But anyway, I'm just skipping ahead of myself. So eventually, Joel decides he's gonna, he's gonna finish what he started. He's gonna take Ellie anyway. So they leave the settlement. They're on their way, and you can see they have really bonded. Like they needed that moment to really connect and air their feelings out, and they needed that because I think it makes them stronger. It makes their relationship stronger. It makes them bond more. And before I carry on, I nearly forgot this. It would have pissed me off if I did forget this. The moment in the settlement where Joel thinks that he sees Sarah, and there's a young lady that looks like his daughter, and oh man, and you can just see in his face, like, the logical part of your brain like knows it can't be that person because they're gone. But it happened with me not long ago, and I don't know whether, fuck it, I'll share it anyway, so I've brought it up, I'm talking about it. But as you all know, as you don't know, guys, I lost my dad a few months ago. He passed away. And only the other week, and it was weird that this happened, but I saw somebody that looked the spit of my dad. And in a brief second, I generally thought it was him. And obviously it wasn't. But just that little moment, I just broke my heart. I've just felt like just this horrible feeling in my stomach, and when I watched episode 6 and I had that moment with Joel with his daughter Sarah, I really, really related to it because I only had it like a few days before. So that kind of really hit me as well, that moment. And Pedro Pascal was fantastic in that moment as well. He really was. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because it is extremely powerful. So they've bonded, even more so bonded. And they're moving on with their journey, and we get to the part where we get to the college, which was such a great part in the game. And this is where I have my little, and it's tiny, it's only that big, it's tiny, little nitpick with this episode. I wish we spent more time at the college because it's one of my favourite parts of the game. And I just would have liked to have just spent a little bit more time there, maybe have like a little bit of a infected there like there was in the game, but it's not that much of a big deal. Like the way things go down at the college and when they get attacked and where Joel gets really injured, I would have liked to have seen that played out as it was in the game in the series. I would have liked to have seen it played out the same, but it does and it doesn't. We kind of get through the college quite quickly, which fine, okay, fair enough. I'm not too disappointed in it. It's just my little nitpick. But we finished the episode with Joel fatally wounded, and he falls off the horse, and then Ellie obviously, just feels lost, and she's grabbing Joel, just saying, "Please don't die, please don't leave me, Joel. I don't know what to do." And it's a heart-wrenching moment, it really is. And again, Bella Ramsey shines in that moment as Ellie. She really does. And then the episode just ends. Now, if you played the game, we all know where this is going to go. This is probably going to be the moment where Ellie really shines and really comes into her own, and just how much of a survivor she has become. And it was such a huge part of the game and such an important part of the story that I hope the series does it right. And there's no doubt in my mind that they will do. I have no reason to doubt them at all because, like I said, this show is a masterpiece. Every episode is 5 out of 5. They have so clearly knocked this out the park that you can't see the ball anymore. So despite my little nitpick, and it is literally a little nitpick, I just wanted to see a little bit more of the college explored. Other than that, it's a fantastic episode. You guys already know, it's 5 out of 5. I absolutely love it. I love this series, and I cannot wait for the Left Behind episode that is going to be episode 7. This is going to be heart-wrenching. If it's anything like the DLC. I've just got to get used to crying at this show, really. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this review, guys. It is always a pleasure having you with me. And did you enjoy episode 6? Let me know in the comments below. Are you looking forward to the DLC episode Left Behind? Whatever it is, guys, leave a comment below. It is absolutely always a pleasure hearing from you. And guys, as always, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you again real soon. Take care, guys. Goodbye now.